I want to start off with your groovy. The yellow's gorgeous, actually. It is much more of a kind of a bounce, all right.
Yeah.
Young Barry, how are you today?
I'm very well. I'm very well, Paul.
Well, actually, you would be a man now. You're getting sleep. It's 2 or 3 weeks. How long now is since Joni was born?
2.5 weeks.
Okay. And how is she treating you? I know your first kid was an absolute angel and slept very well.
Yeah.
So the second kid has decided, you know what?
Second kid is kind of. It's kind of a little bit different.
A wake-up call every hour.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, you thought the other one was easy. Well, you haven't met me." So she's keeping us on our toes for sure.
Well, the good thing is now that you do, both yourself and Shelley now do have 2 strong young women who one day will be able to help you in this beautiful environment.
Well, that's it.
I'm trying to jump back now to how this came to be, because it just seems like a very natural fit. It seems like you obviously know what you're doing. So how did this come about?
Well, basically, I've always been, really interested in food and food service and wine and everything that goes with it. And I did a degree in culinary entrepreneurship in DIT,
right?
Which I finished up in 2010, and so then I kind of just. I went working in different restaurants,
right.
And got a bit of experience.
Well, that's important, really, just to know how other people are doing it and recognising the good and the bad of.
Yeah, that's it. Through college, I got loads of really good connections, and I went and worked in some really good places in Dublin City and in some really good restaurants, and got some really good experience. And then I'd always had an idea to do something on my own. I always thought it was going to be a restaurant, but then I kind of. With setting up a family, and I kind of wanted to get away from doing the kind of late nights and weekends.
Right.
So I thought, if I could do something still with food, still something I really enjoy, but a bit
hello,
ma'am. So then, the idea of a delicatessen came to my head.
And was it a long night for you and Shelley to think we can do this? Because it's a gorgeous spot, and you're obviously Greystones is hopping. It's just going through a golden period.
Yeah.
I've heard that 1 or 2 people like coffee in Greystones, so it is a good place to have a good coffee. Maybe even 3 now at this stage. It's hard to tell. They're moving around so fast I can't really count them. But was it a long kind of night of sleeping on this, or was it a quick jump once you realised there's a spot and it's available, we should do this?
Yeah, well, I was looking, I've been looking at Greystones for quite a long time, actually, prior to this ever coming on the market.
Right.
It was always a town that I loved. I used to come here as a kid with my granddad and my cousin. He used to bring us out here, and we'd go kind of walking down by the sea.
Nice.
And I just always had lovely memories of Greystones. So, when the
well, obviously the people are all very attractive and friendly and fun and witty and intelligent and debonair. That will add to the occasion, definitely.
It helps. It makes every day fun, I enjoy getting up every day and coming down here. I just thought, if I could do something in Greystones. My wife is from Ashford, and that's where we're living at the moment.
Nice.
It kind of it really fit.
Yeah. You're only a stone's throw, which is nice, and also I kind of think, well, Ashford's got its beauty as well, and the fact that it's still Ashford, it really still feels like it hasn't changed a huge amount. I think that's what people the longer you live somewhere, the more you kind of want to hold on to what it is you grew up with, and we've changed quite a bit, but hopefully we still feels like it's Greystones and all that kind of stuff.
No, it really is such a buzzing town, and there's really a lot going on, and I know kind of, people think another place to get coffee, but it's I think what makes our coffee a little bit special is that it's
the whiskey.
It's the whiskey that goes with it. You can't say that, Paul. Come on, you're giving away all my secrets.
Bailey's. Sorry, I keep getting mixed up.
But no, we get it from a company, a roaster in Delgany, roasted brown.
Great.
So it's roasted just up the road, and they're really great guys, and it's great that to have them there if ever we need anything. And
well, you've got a lot of local produce, because we are surrounded by still people who can have a certain amount of farming going on, and a certain amount and people are much more inclined to just like the idea this came from somebody else's table, not from Netherlands or not from just the idea that somebody else in your community has this is their love, and you're sort of helping them. And
there's really lots of benefits to using local suppliers. You know, I mean, you're supporting the local businesses, but as well as that, if you ever need anything, you just make a phone call. And I've had to ring a good few of the different suppliers just to get stuff on the day. And
hello, how's it going, Pat?
And they're great. They can just drop it down, and it's really
and you don't get that with the multinationals. You can't really call them up and say, would you mind just popping over with?
It doesn't.
We'll see you Tuesday week at 4 p.m. That'll.
Exactly.
I'll ask the customer if they'll wait.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll step inside because it's a gorgeous layout. I remember passing it as you were kind of working on it and curious, and you really have done a beautiful job. Would this be now something that would you have got friends in to design, or would you had like clear ideas of the practicality of where things should be? And because it just seems very fit for purpose.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, I have to give credit to my wife Shelley.
Only if you have to, though, because I know she'll get very big-headed.
I would happily take it, but
you're responsible for this beautiful design, by the way, Shelley. He is giving you credit for having good taste and.
It's all Barry.
But this, I'm trying to remember now. It was a few weeks, or I'm trying to remember how long it took between moving into the building, doing the work, and then opening. That was about 2 months or 3. I don't know how long it was. It was. You obviously wanted to make sure it was right. You weren't going to just throw paint in and open up.
We actually. Thanks a million. Yeah. All right. Thanks a million.
Nice. See you later.
It was. We actually. Funnily enough, we found out the same day that we'd gotten the lease for here as Shelley was pregnant with her second. So
big day.
On that day.
Big day.
That was.
2 flagons of cider that night to celebrate.
That was a lot to take in. So
which was more frightening?
It was.
When things that you actually want happen, sometimes you go, oh, holy. We actually are. This is happening now. We have to.
Real. This is real now. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool because, I mean, she was born 2.5 weeks ago, and we're open just over 2 months.
Right.
So it was nearly the full. The full length of.
It takes time and especially if you're in that position where you don't want to just open and then start fixing things or then figuring out. You want to do as much of that before you open the doors. Yeah. And just sort of feel as good as it's going to be as good as you wanted it, in your mind. And and having said that, of course, you recognise the demand. So you're going to open on Sundays now. You're because there's sort of like that feeling that there are people who kind of want to catch you on a Sunday. So you're open.
We're open Sundays at the moment.
Hi there. Right.
Hello,
ma'am. How are you?
All
right.
We're open Sundays at the moment, and we have been closed Mondays, but we're going to open the Mondays, and we're going to do
that's
7
what it is.
days.
Right, you're doing the 7 days,
we're
right?
We're going to do 7 days, yeah.
Yes.
I've just been trying to, figure out logistically how we can do it and stuff.
Well, now that you've got a young baby in the house, you're keen to be out of the house as much as you can. 2
young daughters who are, that's our,
So you want to be out of the house as much as possible, so, So I'm just trying to think now that with and your opening hours, which we'll put above, this is it's a second home really, because when you're dealing with something that is every day, and obviously you care deeply about it. So I would think that sense is kicked in, that this is like another part of your house, is another part of your
very much so, very much so. We've put sort of our heart and soul into this place. Between the design and the layout. And then everything that we've put in here.
These ladies buy.
There's been. Bye.
Take it easy, kids. Bye.
It's been it's been a real journey, and now it is a second home. I spend pretty much 12 hours a day here. So
so you've got a great advantage too, that most of the when you see your lovely neighbours like Cafe Grey and all that, most of them have deep roots here, so there's all sorts of family disputes going back centuries, and people have bad blood, so every now and again you'll hear a gunshot and you just know that something's kicked off between 3 queues, and you'll just have that clear.
I'm trying to stay out of that.
You've none of that sort of. There's no Game of Thrones nonsense here. This is all just fresh, and you're a new face, and you've no beef with anybody. So that's a big advantage, because this is a town. People hold on to grudges for maybe 6-7 generations. Well, no, I think But I think there is, as much as we all know that we've got a lot of coffee shops, it is fantastic that you can kind of just almost on depending on your kind of mood or the way you're, you know, the way you just happen to sort of say, you know what, I'm going to, you know, start going here for and check that out, and if your coffee's good, boom, before you know it, you're sort of
Well, as I said, you know, with coffee, obviously, you know, Greystones is a real coffee town, and there's loads of really good places to get really good coffee. So you know, for us, it's about you know, trying to do the best that we can. And you know, we've invested in good equipment. We're using a local roaster who I believe his coffee is as good as anyone's. And I think, you know, if people try it, I think they'll like it. You know, but having said that, you know, again, there's lots of really good places.
Well, no, hooray for everybody, but it's also, you know, whether it's like music, if you're a good band and you do your own tunes, people like that particular tune or like that your music, and then you're you know, it's everybody. There's room for everybody in this sound. Now, I know Deirdre on the back is very keen not to be seen, so I'm going to keep my camera just tracking every now and again. I'll just go over and embarrass her. Hi, Deirdre. I'm keeping the camera way over here. I know that you're a very shy person, Deirdre. But we will say congratulations again. I won't show Joni's face, but I will say Joni is now been introduced. She's been introduced to the wonderful work environment, and she'll. The amazing thing is that it'd be kind of sweet to think that there'll be, in the years to come, she'll be running around here, and then before you know it, there will be a Saturday job, or there'll be...
I don't know, she's sleeping on the job already.
Well, come on, she's the boss's daughter. She's allowed to have a nap in the middle of the day if she wants to.
I don't know.
But we'll keep everybody kind of up to date. I know that we'll have the hours as said, and all the bits of information that they need to know, and link to. I know you have a job offer at the moment. We have that up there as well. But yeah, nicely done, kids, and well done, and more importantly, congratulations on Joni. Yeah, nicely done.